feel good today. My hair doesn't either, apparently. But I still need to get prepped for the week. And the older I get, the more I'm turning into my mother. Which, to be honest, I don't mind that. My mom's a pretty awesome person. But it means I feel the need to bake a loaf of bread. Not really a loaf, just bake some bread. I don't really need a loaf because my loaf pan's actually got a peach cobbler in the back room in it. But I still like to have bread, like bread that you can like toss in with other crap. So we're gonna make bread. I need to be like a foot taller. Can anybody like? I need to grow. Apparently, I didn't get any calf manna when I was young. Apparently, I didn't. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make like a sandwich bread recipe if I can remember it from my brain. Okay, I don't keep a lot of milk in this house. I keep a lot of heavy whipping cream. Hi, Mickey. I keep a lot of heavy whipping cream stuff. I don't keep a lot of milk since the kids left. What I do keep is dried milk because my granny ingrained that into my brain that you need dried milk for everything. So I'm going to put some dried milk into my little mug. And it take a lot. And I'm going to put warm water in it. I'm waiting. Come on, water heater. Thank you. Gonna put a cup of water. Ew. I got my hand wet. Hi, Gypsy. I'm cooking some sandwich bread if I can remember the recipe out of my brain. And then I want to mix that up. I don't really want to be cooking. I don't feel good today. The wind is a whipping here, y'all. So whipping. Look how tight my neck is. My muscles are not happy today. I was walking real good the other day. Of course, I get around really good in the house anyway because I've got it ingrained in my brain. What is that song? Insane in the membrane. That's what it is. Okay, warm milk. I have both golden and white sugar because I use them both interchangeably. So whatever I buy is whatever goes in here. I'm going to put a healthy little dash of sugar in there. Probably more than some of y'all would put, but that's okay. And I've got all-purpose, so it's already got the baking soda stuff, but I do put extra salt. I love this. I like it so far. I really like it. I didn't have enough batteries for the other one, and I ain't gone to the Dollar General, so it is what it is. I'll get there in a few days. It's just the weather's been too nasty. I ain't going anywhere. I ain't going anywhere. All right, just spilled that everywhere. I'm going to mix that up too. I'm having like muscle fits today, so when I ask you to do something, I like either extra do it or don't do it, and then I splash the milk everywhere. So if I make a mess, just laugh at me. I'm having what I call an MS day. Okay, so in your warm milk and sugar, you want to put some yeast. I normally have a thing of yeast, but I used it all. So now I'm down to my last few packets. But that's okay. I got to go to the grocery store. It'll be okay. I'll find my scissors. Gotta find my scissors. Where's my scissors? Found them. Found them. Because if I ever tear these, then I will absolutely tear them the wrong way. Coordination is not my strong suit. So I'm gonna put a packet of yeast in there. Remember, it's in warm milk with some sugar. Teaspoon, tablespoon, whatever you want to put in there of sugar. I put a little bit more than what most would. I like a sweet bread. Now, my mom makes artisan breads, and she uses the bread flour. I don't do that yet. I'm not there yet. Does that make sense? Okay, we're going to mix this up. Mix it up for a few seconds. Pretty good. You want to get the yeast going. I just made a huge mess again. Today's not a coordination day for me. Okay. Touchdown Phonics worked for you. Oh, I've got my speaker in my ear. Let me take that out. I listened to crap when I sweep and stuff. And I did have to sweep because David walked through the house with his boots on. Made me mad. Because then I go through my clean house barefoot and I'm like, ooh. Okay, we got that mixed up. We're going to set it over here. Let it do its thing. Clean up the secondary mess you made, because that's what I do around here. You know, the way I'm feeling, we might ought to put on an apron. We're going to make some sandwich bread. We just mixed warm milk with a little bit of sugar and a packet of yeast. I'm getting an apron because it's one of them days. My hands ain't quite following me. This is an apron my mommy made for me. I told her next time, take after my grandma Jessie, give me more coverage. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, now we're going to go in for 3 cups of flour. I'm being lazy and using all purpose. And I've got, who else's measuring cups look like they're 3-day-old roadkill? Anybody? Mine get stained, dropped, stepped on, because my hands don't work and I drop things. Or I put stuff in them to melt them in the microwave that I shouldn't put in them. We're going to use 3 cups. And then they look horrible. How much flour do I go through in the house? Oh, a lot. I go through a lot. 3 cups of flour. I'm just going to leave that in there because I'll probably do this again. Okay. 3 cups of flour. Is that a Christmas song? No. Okay, then you're going to want, I did 3 to 4 tablespoons. I'm going to use about a half stick because I'm extra. I'm going to dice it up and put it in my flour, and then we're going to go in with our hands. I did just wash my hands. Don't come for me in the comments. And you want your butter to be still cold. Get in there. Get in there. Ugh. Get off, paper. Get off. Oh, I wish I had hands that work today. It'd be so nice. Okay. Now, you want to go in and mash the butter into your flour just like you would if you was doing do biscuits with, lard or butter. You need one too. So you just want to crumble your butter in there just like you would if you was going to make biscuits. Just get it all crumbly in there. We're starting to bubble. We're starting to bubble, y'all. This is the slow part. It takes a minute. I don't like it. My muscles, every time I walk, it's like using 3 times the muscles I should be using. The wind is howling here today, and I have been lazy and not done a lot, but I thought I wanted to sit and work on some craft stuff in my living room and just sit and do something constructive like crochet or something or embroider. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and put the bread in so it can be cooking while I'm sitting in there, so that if I get up and want to lay down later with my body feeling the way it is today, I won't have anything in the oven. The only bad thing is this gets to sit for an hour, but I'll probably be up crocheting for a couple hours, so it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Well, I'll be okay. You need to learn this. This isn't one of the easiest bread recipes. Now, I've got Mama's yeast roll recipe, and one day when I have the gumption, I'm going to make that because it requires a couple of proofs and some time, and it takes a long time to do it. But I'll show that to you one day. I feel a little bit better. This is just quick little bread recipe. It's just you mix it and then forget it for an hour, and then stick it in the oven for 30 minutes, and it's done. And you can make if you got a loaf pan, make a loaf. My loaf pan is in the back room with peach cobbler in it. So I'm going to make just a blob of bread. Now, I have a silicone bowl I could make it in. But every time I get that thing out, it hurts me. It like pops out and smacks me. It's a mess. All right, wash your hands. I know that's the thing y'all have picked up on in my cooking. I wash my hands a lot. It's a miracle that my nails stay on. It really is. And if y'all wonder how I keep my nails clean, I have a toothbrush here in the sink. And I do this. This is what my toothbrush is for. I had a nail brush till I broke it, and then I just got me a toothbrush. Woo, now it's hot. Woo, now it's hotter. Ow. Okay. That was hot, y'all. Oh my gosh, that was hot. That was hot water. Okay, now we've got our butter incorporated into here. Oh, I made another mess. It's the day of the messes. We need 1 egg. 1 egg. Hey, listen, if you're on a thin egg diet because of the government, this is a good one because you only have to use 1 egg. So, you're welcome. I don't have any farm eggs today. Well, no, I might. They may be in my egg holder. 1 egg. I'm going to put it in my little spoon holder. Gypsy got me this. I'm going to put it in my spoon holder for a moment. You don't have to start your oven until a few minutes before you actually put it in. So don't start your oven now because it's going to have to sit for an hour and do its thing. Okay, anybody see the bubbles going on here? See the bubbles? It's bubbling. It's bubbling. Okay, I'm going to get me a fork. I've gone through like 4 forks already. They mix better, in my honest opinion. And so what we're going to do, if I can do this with my hands, we're going to crack an egg. Got it. Throw it away. I love that my trash can shuts itself. It's so nice. Wash your hands again. Yes, it's a theme, I know. I wash my hands a lot. That's why they come apart. Y'all have seen the sides of my fingers when they fall apart when I'm crafting and stuff. Oh, it hurts. We got 1 egg in there. I'm going to go ahead and punch it. Get it going. I'm also going to put a little bit of salt in here. I like this so far. So far, I like it. So far, I like it. So Sabrina and I today are trying to nail down what day we're going to do that thing. So I'll let you know in a community post when we figure it out. Going to pour your mixture in here. Bubbles and all. And then you're going to mix. Now, ideally, a glass bowl would be best for this. I made another mess. My muscles ain't working right today, y'all. So I'm going to start with a fork, and then you're going to go in with your hands. It's just something that has to be done, y'all. So you get it to like right there with a fork. And now you want to go in with your hands. I spilled it on the floor. I don't want to stick all over me, so I'm flaring my hands. And you just got to get in there and push it all in there and talk to it and make it obey you. I don't think it's possible. You're in New York. It's 20, and I was going to ask what the temperature was, but I don't think I want everybody to know exactly where I am. It was supposed to be 70, 71 today, but the wind's howling and it doesn't feel 71. So I've got to edit one of David's videos. All he got this morning was a skunk and a possum. It was a trash day, he said. But he's out there working on some other stuff. I'm working it in. It's now it's here. We're still working. Work up a sweat. Work up a sweat. I don't have any special bread making tools or anything. My mom does. I just kind of go at it as a novice right now. But my mom's got all the special stuff. She makes all the artsy-fartsy bread stuff. And now her yeast rolls are absolutely wonderful. And I will share that one day. I feel better. They won't stop calling you. I'm sorry. There's supposed to be 2 bands of snow go above us. Hey, now I gotta take my house shoes off. I'm burning up. My muscles are killing me today. It's like I have to work 3 times as hard to make them work today. The next 2 bands of snow are supposed to stay above us. One gets precariously close, though, and I don't like the way it looks because it looks like it might give us ice. Ice storms here are not fun. The last time we had an ice storm, we were like almost a week without power. We had people starve in the south end of the county. They made us a national disaster area, and the president flew over, and it was a mess. I had to prosecute a parole warrant sitting at home with underwear and toboggans on my head. It is what it is. But we don't do ice here very well, mostly because all the roads go down a mountain, and you just can't slide down a mountain safely. Okay, now my mama would probably do this more. I'm okay. That's fine to me. It got me. I'm going to turn it in, wound it up on top. I'm going to kind of make it a little log. Plop it back in the bowl. Now here's where things get fun. Get you a towel. Get you a towel. Barely rinse it. So it's just a little damp in hot water. Wring it out and put your hot water towel over your bowl. Now we're going to forget about it for an hour. And that's the starting of dinner bread. We use it for sandwiches, dinner bread, snacks. Here I am washing my hands again. But it's real good. It's not super hard to make. Doesn't take a whole lot of nothing. And if you happen to leave it for over an hour, it ain't going to do nothing. You can come back and put it in the oven, it'll be okay. It's just got to run out. It's a great little bread wipe to do that for. So that's why I use it. You can cheat. I like to cheat. I made a mess. I made a mess in the floor. It is what it is. So now you leave that for an hour. And then when I come back to it, it'll be a little bit bigger. I'm gonna plop it in this. You put it in a loaf pan. I'm gonna plop it in this and make me a round one. But plop it in a loaf pan and cook it on 350 for 30 minutes. And you got bread. I'm cleaning up my mess. Well, the mess that's on the counter, I put the rest of it in the floor because I'm special. Does anybody else have an easy bread recipe? My curtains in my window fell today. I haven't picked them up. They're just sitting there looking at me. Clean your mess up, even though you don't want to. Clean it up. We may do another recipe while I'm here. Open. Thank you. Appreciate you. Oh, I got some there too. Doggone it. Okay, got it. Got it. You don't have a bread recipe? Everybody normally has a bread recipe. I like sweet cornbread. That doesn't go over well with David. But I like sweet cornbread. Now my mama makes these. They got Insulbright in them. They're not super thick, so you can grab your casserole dishes. You won't feel a thing. They're great. She makes these. I got the one with little salt houses on it because with my grandma's roosters, I also got her little salt house collection. So I picked the one with the little houses on it. She had all different kinds of colors. I told her she needs an Etsy store. She doesn't believe me at all. Okay, hang on. Thinking. Stainless steel. Hershey's Cocoa. Sweet condensed milk. Let me put my milk back up on here. If I can reach. Okay, got it. I'm gonna get heavy whipped cream. My cream's gonna go bad, so I gotta use it. I got to use it. And let's see, let's use the mixer for this so I don't wear myself out. Because I will wear myself out. I need a bigger kitchen. Come here, Mamba Jamba. Oh, I made her not stick. I got her on a wet spot, made her not stick. I did my dishes a minute ago, splashed water back there. Doggone it. Oh well, she's not going to be wrestling much this time. Okay. Now then. I'm going completely on faith for this one. I'm going to use about 2 cups of heavy cream. I don't know what this is going to make. I'm going in my head from like way back when. I get my can opener. My very weird can opener. My very strange can opener. It's very strange. We made sandwich bread. Now I'm going to make, I need something sweet. So I'm going to make homemade, get on there. I'm going to make homemade ice cream. It doesn't require salt and mixing and all that jazz. So I put about 2 cups of heavy whipping cream in there. Now I'm going to put a can of sweetened condensed milk. I like this can opener, but they say it's to not cut your fingers. But then, hang on, I'll show you. The lid comes off like this. And to get the lid off, I'm going to cut my fingers. I mean, it's a pain in the butt. So, yay for not sticking to the thing anymore, but I'm going to cut myself doing that. Okie dokie, artichoke. Pour your can of condensed milk in there. Oh, I should have got a spatula, baby. My 5,000 implements. Oh, well, I'll just use one of these. Now, I don't know if I'm getting the measurements just right. We'll have to check back in when it freezes. Because I'm guessing. I mean, it's not going to taste bad. It's sweetened condensed milk. It can't taste bad. It's good. Open trash can. Thank you. And now we're going to put our cocoa powder in there. Hello. I'm just eyeballing it. I want it to look a certain color. So we may have to put more in a minute. Now we're going to mix. So, that was heavy whipping cream, condensed milk, and cocoa powder. I always need a new can opener. Couldn't use the one you bought? Oh, what? You're the cornbread maker? Oh, Lord, y'all, I'm sweating. My muscles are fighting me today. Something horrible. I like to let this mix for a little while and get kind of thick. And I'm weird. Oh, you got some weird people here. Hey, last time for me to get out of this house when my legs are super bad, last time I need a can opener, I have Amazon Prime because I send Haley stuff. I just went to Amazon and I said I'll be okay for 2 days. It actually took like 4 to get here, but I convinced myself I'd be okay because I wasn't about to get out of this house. Oh, update on my Jeep. We had to have 2 new tires. I was afraid it was a ball joint. What it actually was where I couldn't see and David didn't look. I did in fact have a busted belt. Probably where it doesn't get drove a lot right now. And I should probably drive it more than it does get driven. It I was trying to make it to spring, but I was going to get new tires anyway. So I got 2, and I'll get 2 in the summer. Hello. We're cooking today. Oh, it's starting to look real good. It's starting to look thicker. Let's see if I can show this. Maybe it won't fall on this thing. Hang on. Whoop, 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 whoop. See, it's looking thicker. It thickens up. So that is, again, heavy whipping cream, almost 2 cups heavy whipping cream, a can of sweet condensed milk, and cocoa powder. And I think I got the color just right. So hallelujah. That's odd. It's looking good. And then when we get it out, we're going to put it in this. I'm going to cover it. We're going to put it in the freezer. And we're going to leave it till after dinner. And then we'll have fresh ice cream for dinner. I don't have anything else sweet in the house. And on the weekends when I try to make something sweet, and that pie got 8. We've had a few visitors too, but that pie got 8. See, it's stuck. Can y'all see that? No, you can't. It is hanging off the mixer. It is nice and thick. It already tastes good. I don't care what you do to it. It ain't gonna taste bad. It's sweetened condensed milk. So that's what it looks like. See how thick it got? Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, now we want to transfer this into our stainless steel bowl. I hope it all fits. I made a guesstimation. Oh, that's yummy. It's just pretty. It's pretty. It's silky and smooth and pretty. And I need to make a old-timey peanut butter pie, but Lord, that takes a long time. You have to stand over and make sure you don't burn the eggs. Because I make that old-timey curd in it. This made enough to get us through several days. Dave would be the one that eats most of it. It's good. It's already yummy. Oh my goodness, that's yummy. Okay, I'm gonna cover it with tinfoil. When it freezes, it'll shrink and pull away from the bowl. So it should be fairly easy to dip out or get out. It shouldn't stick to your bowl. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. And I'm gonna pop it in the freezer. Needs to stay in there about 4 hours or so. Okay, so I don't have a lot of good muscle strength. I'm having a really bad MS body day. I just made sandwich bread and ice cream for after dinner. So ladies that say I can't cook because I'm working, when I worked full time, I also did this. Figure it out. It's not that hard. I think it's easier than going to the grocery store or spend any money on restaurants you don't want to constantly go to. It's really not that hard. And I've got chicken thawing out, and we're going to do, I think I'm going to make one meal and start another that I can finish tomorrow, so I have that staggered out for the week. And that's where I am. I got maybe 3 dishes to do because I had my skillet in there before. So I've got like 3 dishes to do. And that's it. Bye, Gypsy. Be careful. My name is Mama Liz. It's not Auntie. It's Mama Liz. Mama Liz. Tattooed Mama Liz. I look so weird with my sleeve and then this little poofy peasant dress. So weird. You're hungry, you shouldn't watch. Well, it's going to be a while now because we're going to let that's probably got, our bread's probably got 45 more minutes to go. I'm going to leave it back over here. And I'm going to let it I'm going to let it rise for about 45 more minutes. And then I'll put it in the oven 350 for 30 minutes or so. Test it, see if it's jiggled and stick it. Make sure it comes out clean. Your knife comes out clean. You can pretty much tell when it's done, though. If you cooked bread ever before, you can tell when it's done. If I remember, I'll do a snapshot and put it on community post when I get it done. And I'll do one of the ice cream too. And I'll do David's, maybe I'll get his reaction to the ice cream. Because I think the last time I made it for the kids. And I hadn't made it in a long time. And we normally don't eat a whole lot of sweets. But with the weather doing this, my body's been working overtime. So I've needed a few extra calories because my neuromuscular disorder's been kicking my butt. So it's been an energy sucking few days. So, but it's like 71 here today. Hey, whatever works for you, works for you. I think my mom used one for a while. She uses a back to her oven now. She got me this. Let me show it to you. Poor little thing's been used so much it's stained and pitiful. Look at me, see if I can find it. Where did you go? Hello. Where are you? There you are. Oh. She got me this. It's stained to heck and back, but you can actually mix your dough, let it rise, and cook it in this. But the thing is it does this, and when I put it in the cabinet, it comes out and smacks me in the face. I have worn war wounds from this thing, so I've kind of gotten away from it. But it's okay. I could bake that in this, but I'm just gonna bake it in that pot. It's easier for me to handle too, because I'm not having a good hand day, so it's easier for me to handle the pot. But I mean, these are nice if. I just know to keep it on a lower cabinet now because it will pop out and smack you in the face. It's gotten me and Dave. Well, that's good that she can make her own, especially if she's got those issues. That's nice. But it's that easy. And I can't spend a whole lot of time up today because I'm not feeling the greatest and my muscles are already pulling on me. But that's how easy it is. We made a sandwich bread that's rising over here on the counter, and we made homemade ice cream and got it in the freezer chilling. So this is doable. I could have cooked and shredded my chicken and made a casserole and had the casserole cooking and then pop the bread in there, and have a lot of time to sit down and rest, but still be making homemade good food. When I worked full time, I actually worked probably 80 hours a week at least. I didn't get paid for it, but I worked it. I supervised murders. You had to be there. But I would often keep meals running through the week. I'd start a couple pieces of it and keep it, I'd do one dinner and then I'd have 3/4 of the next one done and waiting for me to put together the next night. And so I kept that going. That was how I kept my meals cooked and stuff. And then when the kids got older, they helped. They cooked. My son can make lovely cheesecakes. Haley can basically cook whatever she wants. But you just got to say, yeah, I want to make the time to do this. You know what's in your food. You have a better idea of what you're consuming. And the more I look at ingredient lists, the more I'm like, no, thank you. I think I'll just make my own. I'm not a big rye bread fan. I'll eat it every now and again, but I'm not a big rye bread fan. Oh, yeah, the store stuff has got so much. Like, David got a white bread loaf the other day to make a couple sandwiches with, and I was like, So I'm making this because I'm like, no. It just feels funny now since I've started making it. It just feels funny. So I blame my mother because she's the big bread wizard here, so I'm just taking after Mom. She started doing all this, and I thought, well, I can do that too. So here I am doing that too. Let's move, shall we? I've got, if you see all the boxes by my, David's cooler's in my way. If you see all the boxes by my cabinets there, my little bonus child, Gypsy's daughter, heard that we started our Etsy store back up and thought we needed to be prepped with boxes. This is what my neuromuscular disorder does to me. It makes me use 3 times the muscles to do anything. So I sweat when I do anything. She went to USPS and ordered us a butt ton of boxes so we'd have stuff for shipping, which is sweet of her. But they all came in together, and I was like, whoa. So I've got to get those put out. And I've got a big box there. It's got a big bathroom shelf in it, and I've just not felt prepared to tackle that yet, though I'm going to have to. it's going to have to be done. Nobody else is going to do it but me. But you can tell by my eyes, I've not been having the best weekend. It's been the change in weather, the ear draining, and just my muscles ripping me apart. So I'm walking okay, but I'm on like that little half-second delay sometimes. Like when I spilled stuff just a minute ago, I'm on that little half-second delay, and I'm just not feeling the greatest. So it's just going to take me a few days to work through the weather, and it irritates me because I have so many good days, and I'm like, oh, I'm having good days, and I kind of get used to having mediocre to good days, and then I have a really bad day, and I'm like, no, I thought we were through with this. We're not through with it. Everything I've done in the last couple of years has helped. But as far as the neuromuscular, it still is doing the flares and having all the problems. And without all the weight on me, of course, I'm still fat, but about a lot of the extra weight on me, I do fare better. But I still have days where I'm just like not able to do very much at all. It must be 70 freaking 1 degrees outside because it just got really warm in here, and I don't even have the oven on yet. Do you? Well, we normally just kind of grab boxes wherever we are and use those as shipping boxes. And we learned our lesson because the post office was out the last time that we had to mail something pretty big. They were out because they had been doing a remodel. And we got a dinky little post office. It's one room. Like, I can't stress that. It's one room. And our little post office attendant is the sweetest woman in the world. I love her to death. But we couldn't find a box that day. We had to Frankenstein a box. And that wasn't very fun. So, these would be used. But Lord, she could have warned us. Because that was a lot of mail to get in like 2 days. It was a lot of mail to get in 2 days. So, I've told David, I said, I think I know where I want to put them because I'm trying to put a shipping area together because I'm hoping the Etsy store will pick back up. But we shall see. I don't know. We shall see. So if you like cabin decor or you want to see my husband's tan furs that he does himself, you can go to the Etsy shop. It is www.etsy.com/shop/hillbilly heart decor, all one word. And go and check out what he's got on there. He's got some of my crafts on there, but he's got some fur in there. He's going to have to part with them bobcats. I told him. I said, you're going to have to bring him in. He stays so busy. He worked 36 hours in 3 days because the weather was going to turn and they needed to get their hours in. He worked 36 hours in 3 days. Look at my eyeballs. This is my disorder too. So he's always going. Then he is constantly, if he's not working, he's in the first shed or he's running the trap line, helping friends with something. Him and his brother were out last night. He's just constantly doing something. Oh, I've ordered 2. It's the same thing, but I've ordered it twice so that I have enough to make what I want. And it's it's all the colors that go together. It's 4 skeins, and so I got 8 in total. And I'm just gonna sit down and start crocheting. I'm on projects for the littles right now, my little twin grandbabies, and they're fixing to be 1 year old. I've got an invite in the mail coming for the party, and I'm gonna put it in their little scrapbook journal that I'm keeping for them. I keep all my grandbabies' journals, which can get, when they have twins, can get a little tedious, but I enjoy it. And I want them to have that when they get older. So I'm going to put it in their little scrapbook /journal. Scrap journal. It's a scrap journal. Scrap journal. I'm scrap journaling. That's my word. Trademark. I'm scrap journaling. Are you doing socks? That may be something I'll look into. I've got a few things. I've got some kits coming so I can do a few small things, but I'm doing the little things for the kids right now. I'm doing little dinosaurs and a little cow. And I got a possum pattern. I'm so excited. I've got a possum pattern coming. I had a friend was like, oh, I've got a pattern for possums, a mama and babies. And I was like, she's like, I got a kit. And then I just wrote down the pattern. I was like, send it to me. And so she's sending me a copy. And I'm like, yay, I'm going to make possums. So I'm super excited about that. But I'm going to do the birthday presents first. Scrap journaling. I can say the weirdest things with no problem, but the things that should be easy don't. Tongue twisters is really, really easy for me, but I'm having what I call my MS days today, so it probably won't be that easy today. I've been all over the internet, and it's been really strange to watch people freaking out all over the internet, and so I've kind of enjoyed it. I know that there's some judges trying to put little speed bumps in the way of this audit, but honestly, with what's in the Constitution and being the taxpayers' money, there really is no way that a president that won the popular vote based on doing this can't get it done because the taxpayers can demand it. And so I'm just wanting to see the audit. They've only covered USAID, which is not an aid program. Oh my God, it's not a humanitarian program. It is a money laundering system at best. That's my opinion. And when you see where all the money's going, you know. But now if you hear somebody say $600 million for sushi, that's not right. That is a statistical study that they do. It's just they use sushi to shorten it to fit it on the spreadsheet. So don't freak out over that. But that's only 1% of the budget, the USAID. And they've already found over $100 billion going to absolute garbage. Now, y'all know how the IRS treated me last year. So imagine the fun I'm having with this. Oh, today was your craft day? See, you just need a day where you just go, this is what I'm going to do for me. You want an armadillo? Is that what you're saying? I want an armadillo, but here's the thing. I will never, like I did taxidermy for a lot of years, but I will never handle an armadillo because they notoriously carry leprosy. FYI, they carry leprosy. So I would totally buy an old mount armadillo, but I will never like handle one myself because they notoriously carry leprosy. Just not gonna do it. Boy, my hair is horrible today. Not gonna do it. Ain't gonna happen. Yes, there was like 84 million went to the Clintons, and it was supposed to go to Haiti for aid, and most of it went to Chelsea's wedding and Chelsea's mansion. And y'all, this is when I'm saying that our people that go in making under $200,000 a year come out millionaires. It's not right. It's not, because they're supposed to use their money the same way we use our money. And you can see from the break in the caste system that doesn't happen. So now we're figuring out, I told you all a lot, they send out money because it circles back. You can see now how they send it out. You can see now the frivolous things they send it to. It's a handshake. Yes, we'll create this, but we'll find a loophole and it'll circle back. And that's why he pardoned his whole family right at the end of the game. He pardoned his whole family because they have gotten away with so much and away with so much money. And Ukraine was just another spending thing. Do you know they spent $20 million to send Angelina Jolie to have a photo op with Zelensky? Why? Why do we need a picture of Angelina Jolie and Zelensky? They sent $4 million for Sean Penn to go visit him. It's about buying through visuals. It's about buying votes through visuals. It's about buying support through visuals. And like I told y'all, if they're trying to make you feel big emotions, whoever they are, they're trying to make you feel big emotions. They want to manipulate you. Sit back and wonder why they want you to feel emotions. Because emotions are the way to take you an emotional hostage and manipulate you for their game. And it was just so frustrating to see. And now people are on there going, I don't want them having my information. Honey, you do realize that our government can have your information, take your money, never have a reason to take your money. You don't have to be found guilty of crime. They can just take it and say, we think it's part of a criminal issue. They don't have to say anything. So we should know where they're putting it. Oh God, we've got an edit in here. This would be fun. What? Okay, I missed that one. Hang on. Margaret, I adore you. Your brain looks just like mine. It's just so amazing. when they ask me to get emotional, I'm like, why? Why do I need to be emotional to compost information? Because it's easy for you to manipulate me if I'm emotional. And I'm just not going to do that. Y'all have been trying to find another bun wrap to match my hair. I got one in the other day. And of course, it was only like $2, but it just is not quite right. Well, it matches back here better, but where I cover my grays up here, it's really a different, brighter color. It didn't match up there very good. I don't know. I'm about to give up. I'm not going to waste any money on it. Oh, it tires you out. Yeah, it's frustrating. And then, and people are like, I don't want Elon touching anything. Well, he doesn't have any control. Like everything he finds, he then has to report back. He finds it, but then he that's where his job ends. He has to send it back, and the bigwig makes the determination what to do. So it's not like he's not even taking a salary. He's not doing anything. And I don't know if I truly trust Elon all the way through because he's totally this AI running guy, and I don't really care for AI. But at the same time, he's not taking a salary. He's very concerned where the money's going. And, what bothers me is that there's so many catch-22s. They're worried that Elon is working with the federal government to get people's information, but they didn't care that he was working with the federal government to get people's information when he gave free Starlink out. So it's kind of like if they have to pick and choose like that, it's like, why? What are we doing? Oh, I see that. Hang on. Oh, we've got some idiots in here today, y'all. Margaret. I know people running here and they run their mouth, and I'm sitting here going, have you ever been one of my lives? Do you know who I am? Do you know what I used to do my whole life? Well, it's funny because if you go and read the news from any other country, they're like, yay, this needs to happen because they were getting screwed by the U.S. and we didn't know it because they manipulate the news here. We only see what they want us to see. But every other country that was getting this money that was saying they were getting aid, and they knew they weren't getting aid because nothing was occurring, or not to the caliber the money should have it, they knew something was up. And so they were having problems with this, and we just didn't know about it because our news media won't allow it to be seen. So now these other countries are going, heck yes, stop using us to funnel your money and, tell your people what you're doing. And I'm like, hallelujah, let's tell the people what we're doing. So I'm just kind of like flabbergasted. They've already found $100 billion that's going to absolute unnecessary crap that's not benefiting anyone. Nobody can stand up and say, oh, but wait, this helped me, or oh, wait. It's just not. And the other countries are going, okay, yeah, that needed to stop. We don't like to be the patsy for what's going on over there. We don't be drug into this. And they're really afraid the war will stop because that's how they make more of their money. That's how they get the contracts to rebuild and send more money that circles back and get their family contracts. That money circles back. And I just want accountability because I know if you're making around $200,000 a year, you're not going to retire a multimillionaire. And if the more of our politicians that do it, it's just the more that says they're not doing things correctly. They're not doing things on the up and up, and they're screwing us all over. I didn't buy stock in Vaseline when I was a child, so I'm not okay with this. I am like very poor. I was on the up and up and made good money when I was working. Supervising murderers, you get paid decent. Decent. And then I was going to go into the, forensic psychology in the prison system. And then I got this neuromuscular disorder that changed my entire life. But I have always been very frugal with money. And to have the IRS like hound me like they did last year when they know I am the poorest of poor. And it was like, excuse me, sir, check yourself. Pay all my bills. That's why I have good credit. Don't come for me. You won't end well. I don't like this, It's frustrating at best, to know that they were hounding me so that they could potentially pocket it or exchange it for something else that was not going to benefit anyone or anyone that I would want it to benefit. And I want an audit. I want to know where my money went, where my money, my whole life is gone. I want to know. Please continue to audit. You have my permission. Find everything out you can. But people, I don't know, they listen to one echo chamber and nothing else. Like, I will listen to the other side, then I will go and read every country's newspapers. I want to know what the other side and the other nations are saying about us, because in the midst of all that is where you normally find some possibility of the truth. And what I find is that we've been a laughingstock for a long time, and we think we're free, and we've been the most manipulated, used, and pumped out financially people in the whole goddamn world. We're not free. I mean, ever since we had Social Security numbers, we're not free, but we didn't even have taxes till like 1913. So tell me, how much has benefited our nation when we've gotten this far in debt after they started fleecing us for money? And I'm sorry, if you're getting money and you still find yourself in debt, possibly you're not that good with money, and we need an audit. It just makes sense to me. And then I thought saving money was a good thing too. I thought but they don't want us to save money. They want to siphon it from us, put it into their pet programs, put it back in their pockets, and live a luxurious lifestyle, not telling us where the money's coming from. Though when you make 200 grand or less a year and we're retiring multimillionaires, Pelosi, I know something's wrong. Rand Paul's been talking about this for years. Lots of people have been talking about it for years. Look at the Festivus account, the Festivus report that Rand Paul just did. Mickey, hallelujah, thank you. As a retired parole officer that supervised murderers, I agree with you 110%. We are policed and prodded harder than anyone in any maximum security prison, because they have more rights than us. Why? Because they're under a microscope, so they can cry, "You're treating me wrong." That always irritated the crap. You didn't look at your victim to see that you were treating them wrong, did you, bucko? Yeah, we are treated more poorly. I mean, they at least have the chance of an hour of sunlight a day, when most of us that work indoors don't even get that. We go to work when it's dark, get out of work when it's dark. We don't get that hour of sunshine. And you look at things and you're like, are we really paying attention to the right people? Are we truly? And I took care of prisoners. Like, I made sure they got out on their timeout. I made sure that they tried to stay out. I gave them the keys to success to stay out. I worked with them. I tried to help them become a productive member of society. Some of them wanted to be in prison because it was easier. There was so much corrupt crap in prison, they could make more money in prison. And I would always try to tell sentence management and the CEOs and whatever facility they went to, this is someone that can manipulate the system. You need to keep them away from everyone they know, because otherwise they're just running amok and living way too good to be in prison. Way too good to be in prison. Oh yeah, Margaret. Yeah, they're all. I mean, that's why I tell people, go read other countries' news media. Go read. We have been a laughingstock. Well, like, we think we're like the big brother that comes in to save. No, we have been the laughingstock and like the bubble gum on everybody's shoe for decades now. They've been like, what the crap? Why are you still here? Get off of me. Get off of me. And that's been the U.S. And they knew the moment our politicians turned it into a financial institution, they were like, sorry, we don't want anything to do with you. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to see other people, and now they're going, okay, we can have some faith in the U.S. again. This is going to get cleaned up. And the other side's fighting it. Like, they wanted to go in the Department of Education the other day. Here's how a federal building works. Yes, it's the people's building, but to have business in the people's building, it has to be like open to the public, which it was not that day, or you have to have an appointment. They needed to make an appointment to specifically go in and speak to somebody. And it was shut down for an audit that day, so nobody was going in. They acted like it was just them being kept out of that building. It was shut for the day. That's why there was security there. It was under audit. No one was getting in. And they made it act like they were just keeping them out. It's all optics, and it's all what you're willing to believe, what you're willing to swallow without researching and going in and looking at it more in depth. And sadly, we've just got people in this country that don't know how to look at things with a critical thinking mentality. I wouldn't throw out the possibility that when they figure out how much has been wasted, that this is going to be his, gas pedal to say there needs to be no federal income tax because it's misused, it's misallocated, it's misappropriated. Stop it. But it's also a possibility that we could challenge them to get some of that back, knowing what we know now. I mean, they gave everybody in Ukraine like $6,000. What if they'd done that in America? Wouldn't that have benefited America? Yeah, it would have. It's just all the way you look at things, and can you take your head out of party mentality and look at it critically and logically and see what's most, important to the citizen base, because that's their job, is to take care of the citizen base. That's not been occurring. You played the piccolo part in the Hogan's Heroes thing. I played alto sax in band. Played alto sax for a long time. A long time. And yeah. I've got a lot of vets in my family that are seniors, and they feel the same way, which is sad. Like, Trump is trying to reverse a lot of things, and he's giving the people back that, we didn't take them were let go. He's bringing them back with full back pay. Hallelujah. Thank you. They shouldn't have been ditched for that reason. But since he's come back in and straightening stuff up, did you know that people going into the military has skyrocketed? Just in a few weeks. Skyrocketed. It's proof that the citizen base will take care of the country if given the correct motivation and environment to do so. And that puts very little on our politicians, but it's a key part. They have to be willing to do things honestly and take care of the citizens first. It's that easy. We had no tenor sax or anything behind me, so I always ended up being in front of the goddamn drums. That bothered me so much. Yeah, I agree, Sal. We should. He now has the Army Corps of Engineers in North Carolina to rebuild a bunch of bridges to get roads and stuff back in so that aid can be more easily dispersed. People don't have to leave their land to get aid. A lot of people are refusing to leave their land. I understand when you're, in Podunk and you've lived your whole life and you've basically paid for that piece of land your whole life. You don't want somebody to come in and take it under false pretenses or not. You just don't want to possibly lose it. You're very attached to it. And I understand why people don't want to leave their land. So he's trying to get the roads rebuilt so that aid can go out instead of them having to come in to get aid or having to go live here to get aid. He's trying to accommodate. So, but he's got the Army Corps. They fixed the water problem in California that they said Newsom said was impossible. It couldn't be done. 24 hours they had water flowing. Was it somebody said that they need to rename the San Andreas Fault to Newsom's Fault? Can we? I want to. Yeah, Margaret. Well, I think that eventually it will probably come to a lot of the military doing stuff like that. And maybe there already are some. I may not have scratched the surface to dig far enough. But I know that North Carolina is much happier right now. They're much happier. Okay, Mickey, thanks for dropping in. I heard a door shut. I bet you David's coming in. Okay, well, I need to check my bread, and then I need to put it in the oven, and then I need to finish what I'm doing. So I may put pictures up later. I have gotten with Sabrina to schedule the day that we want to do this. I will put a community post out to give y'all a heads up about what day the live will be, what date and time. It will be Central Standard Time, just to remind y'all. So just watch for it. Make sure you're subbed. Make sure you're watching all the notifications come through. Make sure you're checking the community post page. So I'll try to post pictures of how everything turns out later if I remember. But I'm going to get this stuff started so I can sit down and do some crafting. And, oh, yeah, the Cajun Navy's been great. Oh, my God, they're great. No, I'm from Tennessee. And the Cajun Navy's been awesome. They deserve a medal. I mean, the Cajun Navy's been great. Oh, yeah, and Elon paid like a ton of money to have the commercials for the Super Bowl so that he could basically tell people what he's found. Paid his own money because he wants people to know, because they're trying to stifle the information so much. So this is going to change our nation. Either we're going to step up and say, you all have to heed our discernment because we are the citizen base of this nation, or we're completely going to get foobarred and nobody's ever going to give us any power ever again as citizens. We're going to be plebes for the rest of our life. So this is how it's going to work out. So be careful who you put your energy behind right now, because it may not feel right for you, but look at it as a whole for the entire nation. If it benefits 51% over the 49, you got to kind of lean that way, because we're looking out for everybody, not special interest groups. We're looking out for everybody. So the majority of the population we have to take care of. And right now it seems like the majority of our money has been spent in illogical, irrational ways, and we need to be aware, and we need to make people accountable and make them answer for their behaviors and their actions and their decisions, and restart this puppy on a better baseline between the citizens and the politicians. And if we handle it right, we're going to be sitting in a really good place for several generations if we handle it right. But we got to stop listening to these people that scream on the internet their rights. What rights are you losing? Nobody could tell me. Every time I see somebody screaming about what they've lost, tell me specifically what you've lost. It's all emotions. Honey, that's not a real thing. That's in your brain. That's what you feel. That's not what everybody feels. That's inclined toward you, and it's in your brain. Tell me factually what you have lost. They can't. And half the time when they get wrapped up in their emotions, it's not based in fact. It's not based in anything. And I'm like, you're taking that the wrong way. Like, that never occurred. But you can't argue with these people, because they are not made to argue. They are made to stay stupid, bigoted, and completely in fight or flight mode. That is how they live their life. They like it there. These are people that you can't communicate with, as much as New York lets you. Annette, thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. Oh, yes, Margaret. I can't grin anymore. My cheeks pop. Annette, I think I am too, because I sit here and I go, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be scared. What? No. Let me look into you a little bit now if you think I'm supposed to be scared. I do better research than the FBI. I really do. I was trained to do it, so I do really good research. But the citizens of this nation need to have a more world view, that we need to understand what the other nations are saying about us, how our politicians are being received over there. If the finance is pledged, make it. If it changes their society, tell me one time it did. And so we just need to be more aware. And that's on us. That's on us for not, for being the quiet people while all this occurred, for letting ignorance lead the way when we were like, excuse me. And we just don't have to stand up and make a little bit more noise. Not be mean, not be vicious, but just make a little bit more noise, because that's all it is noise. That's all that they're running with right now. Well, I can make noise too. I can come on here and talk all day too. Get the trolls and get the people, but hey, it just further proves the point. Y'all know that we won't see trolls for years. And then if I make a statement that's in the least little bit political, boom, we get trolled hot and heavy for a good month. And it's the algorithm. It's the way it's manipulated. It's the way they use you to try to scare people off. I think they know at this point they won't scare me off. I never get any brand emails in the email. Nothing to help this channel. David, with everything he does, you would think that somebody would be like, hey, y'all, let me sponsor an episode of this. No. Yeah, but people way smaller than me, that all they do is vomit. Well, people want to vomit. They're getting brand deals and free jewelry, and it's amazing. But me, because I'm sitting here kind of sounding the truth, there will be nothing ever given to this channel. We will be thrown into the algorithm to be eat up every couple of years. And the reason I stay in my lane and don't create problems is because the fusses that occur on YouTube. Like the first 2-3 years I was on YouTube, it was just the true crime community wanted to pick my brain all the time because of my career. But then when I would tell them the truth, they would get mad at me and want a backlash. And when I didn't go away or I wasn't defeatable, they got really mad. And so I'm just over here in my own lane. I do a little bit of everything. I'm not welcome in the true crime land. I'm not welcome in the Temu land. I'm not. Nobody keeps me in the loop anymore. I've been super sweet to people that pop up on this app, and they normally get a bigger following than me after I blast them out and other people blast them out. Then they never come back and say hi or thanks to me. So all the people that I've gifted stuff to or I've blasted the channel out, nobody is kind to me. Nobody comes back and says thanks, or nobody gives me a shout out. Why? Because I won't shut my mouth and be a poster child for anonymity. I'm a real person with real motivation in life, and real behaviors and real language, and they hate that. They absolutely hate it. Why? Because I control me. They hate me for it. But when people back away from me, I'm going, oh, you're one of them. Okay. Okay. So it's, it's strike. It's just easy as they do that. And so it's, YouTube is a really strange place because at one point they want to give you a platform to share your lifestyle, share the things you learned, your skills, your talents, your thoughts. And I try to give information that anybody can use and introductions to a more backwoods way of life. I'm a hillbilly. I don't care. But the people that are offering like no information, no motivation, no information, nothing that can, help someone else, nothing that's going to really spread any kind of knowledge, they get boosted up. And a lot of it's because people want to consume mindless stupidity. And that's why we are in the place we're at right now as a country, because people have consumed stupidity for so long, they don't know how to consume facts and information. So YouTube at one level is saying we're giving you a platform to share all these great things, but then they constantly promote the things that aren't that great. And I've gotten strikes and gotten finger wags at me when you can literally type in something and go find soft porn on this stupid platform. But I'm in trouble. And it's like, okay, bud. But that is just the bias, and the perceptual filters that society has today is that if you can speak and you can speak well, you have an educated, an informative mindset about the nation and the world, you are a bad person because you will conflict with whatever the running narrative is. We don't want you to conflict. We want to be able to control the masses, and I'm not here to be controlled. Yeah, I have lost awesome channels that I have subscribed to that will not ever show me anything, and then I forget about them. I have to go back through my sub list to remember, because they won't ever show me what I want to know. They won't ever show me the things I gravitate toward. They will show me stupidity. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm looking for skill sets and stuff like that. I'm not looking for this, but they will spit it up anyway, and that's even with me trying to manicure my feed. So, and by the way, somebody good to support the Lawn Care Juggernaut. Everything that channel makes this year, he's donating. That guy's a flippin' awesome man. He's just amazing. He's got 2 channels, but everything the Lawn Care Juggernaut makes this year, he's donating. He's giving it all back. And he's a good guy. He's like, his family's creme de la creme of society. They're awesome people. They're just good-hearted people. And then Midwest Magic Cleaning. I've shouted him several times. He's a pretty big channel. He's trying to get up toward 1 million. I think he's around 600,000 or 700,000 now. He is an autistic man that loves to clean, so he started a cleaning company. Then he gave that to an employee when he got his YouTube up and running, and now he just cleans hoarders' homes and stuff like that for free, just to help them. He will buy them new furniture, new dishes, new everything. He just really is trying to help them. And he's a really great guy. His name's Mac. He's a really great guy. And he breaks down the psychology behind, hoarding, the different aspects of hoarding. And he brings a lot of awareness to autism too. So he's really fun to watch. And he's got a wonderful sense of humor. I love his jokes. But when you come on here and you have no inclination towards something, but it keeps popping up on your feed, it's a heavy prerequisite for them to think every American is stupid. Prove them wrong. That's all I ask is prove them wrong. Don't let them make that assumption and be correct. It's horrible to think that in one generation we have dropped so far intellectually, emotionally. The emotional intelligence is like gutted. And, we have become such a self-serving, narcissistic, histrionic narcissistic society. And I'm just like, we're the ones of us that are not like this, can we stand up and say, no, sorry, there's still some good people here? We just don't get the airtime, the platform time, all that stuff. We're here. We're trying. We're just normal people trying to live our life. We're trying to reach out to the other normal people so that we can have a group of normal people and we can go, oh, there they are. Because I do not for 1 minute think that social media reflects the complete mindset of our nation. But the reason they cater to stupidity is because that's what they want us to be, because it's easier to pull the wool and do the stupid crap they're doing if we're all stupid. So prove them wrong every chance you can. Prove them wrong. That's all I say. Prove them wrong. Even when I worked, in corrections and worked in the prison, supervising the worst of the worst, it's amazing how even in the prison system, you'll find some really smart people. Okay, they may have done an atrocious crime, but they've been forced to look at society and its laws, restrictions, the mainstream push behind it, and they've come up with quite a few theories that I believe are correct. And they've sat there for years doing their time before they get out on parole, and I'd get them on parole, and they would explain these theories to me, and I'd be like, makes sense. Makes absolute sense. Several of them felt they'd been conditioned. Operant conditioning is being used especially in children's cartoons and shows. And I had a mother go, no, they're not. Okay, well, when your favorite show, your child's favorite show comes on, do they run from the other side of the house to the TV? Yeah, that's operant conditioning. Now look into the songs, the decibel level, the hertz levels, and the colors that they use in those shows. Research colors. Go ahead. Colors and operant conditioning. Decibels, hertz, and operant conditioning. Please go look. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Look at certain parts of the brain. Do you know that when you're receiving information, other parts of your brain shut down? That's why it's so easy for them to slip stupid crap in. Because when you're actively receiving information, other parts of your brain shut down. So if you're not, if you haven't trained yourself very well to then revisit that and scan through it, you're very easily prompted to do, erroneous things or have erroneous beliefs. So you just have to know how all it works. And sadly, I was in the field where I had to study it. So it's scary. It's very scary. Yes, Annette. Oh my gosh. Yes. So, we've got some idiots in here today. I just said I was a retired parole officer that supervised murderers, and they're asking me to do illegal things. Hence the cream of the crop on this stupid platform. Yes, I'm only here as the last beacon of hope to send people to the smarter channels. And if y'all been with me for a while, I say them, but right now I'm getting trolled hot and heavy. I don't want to say them. Although I will be having a guest on my channel here in the next week that will be explaining a lot of things to you. A lot of you probably need to follow her, need to be educated, need to understand what's going on. And I'm hoping that maybe when they see her, maybe they will follow her of their own inclination. I hate to send people over there right now because I've been getting trolled so hot and heavy. It really doesn't bother me, but it would really kind of put a speed bump in the education that's going on over there. So I'm just hanging out here sifting through the garbage. That's what I'm doing. We do find a few gems. Like we have a few people sub and go, oh, hey, I found you. I'm so glad I found you. That's great. I'm glad you're here. I wouldn't necessarily want to go through the trolling again to have found you, but I'm glad you did find me. But just know, Lord, for every sub that I have, I've probably gone through 30,000 people trolling me. And, YouTube thinks it's funny. The trolls thinks it's funny. The bots thinks it's funny. But people that have a brain don't think it's funny. And I think that will be the downfall of YouTube, is when people figure out how much manipulation is in this platform, and how much they have controlled who can make money, who can't make money. They put our monetization back, but they still haven't approved my AdSense. And so we're still in limbo with that, although they've given us monetization back, but they still haven't approved the AdSense. So it's a moot point at this point. That was when they approved it. They approved me originally in November, and it took them 3 months to figure out there was a problem. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. And they just know that my motivation for finances is probably not going to benefit them, because anything that this is made, David's already said, no, we're sending it out. It's going to North Carolina. We may pay the water bill, but everything else is going to North Carolina. He's going to pay the taxes, the water bill, and everything else going to North Carolina, which is what we wanted to do. And as soon as I made the plot of the money aware, that's when we started having problems. So they want the money going to mindless chatter, to people that continue the stupid. It's just, they don't want it going anywhere fruitful at all. It's just, it's horrible. It's horrible. So, we've been through a lot on this channel, and I don't want a large follow. I just want good quality people that I can come on here and talk to, and we can kind of help each other through the crappy days. Because, there are crappy days, especially when you've been through it in your life, what I've been through in mine. There are crappy days. And just a little bit of skills, a little bit of love, sprinkled in, a little bit of happiness, sharing some problems, just life. Just life. So we can understand how each other lives life, and we can empathize and sympathize, and we can grow together. And hopefully society will start to do that again. I don't know. But I don't want a huge following. I don't want Mondo bucks rolling in it. If they do roll in, they're going to go to somebody they can help. Money is not anything that I strive to have a lot of. It's more of a problem than anything, I think. I just want to pay my bills and go on down the road. I don't really want anything that takes a lot of money. I don't have lofty aspirations at this stage in life. I'm just trying to live a good life, spoil my grandbabies a little bit, and go on. That's all I'm trying to do. So I think that they want people that are greedy and very unaware. And, basically they want this platform to abuse people emotionally and financially. And I'm just like, I'm not here for that. So I have a lot of people that find me and they're like, oh crap, you're such a breath of fresh air. And I'm like, I know. And then I have trolls that find me, or horrible people that find me. They go, you're such a blank, 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 blank. And I'm like, you told me exactly what you are in 5 words or less, but that's why I do these lives a lot where we get trolled. I get like people come in and they project themselves immediately. They show me who they are, their behavior, and then they show me how they word themselves, or what phrases they use, what kind of manipulation they portray. And then if they pop on weeks later, I can pick them out again. I know who they are. I can go back and match up the words and the pattern in their language. And, I'm trying to do all this. Might as well use it to something beneficial. So I pretty much know when somebody's trolling or re-trolling me, and I just kick them out. But I've been letting this roll for a while, the last several lives, to get a baseline of the people that are coming in when the trolling opportunity's here, and so that we know who they are, and we know, who doesn't need to be in our little family. So I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying. But, it's difficult. It's difficult. Well, they start to leave when you say stuff like that. Oh, Lord. But pay attention to your social media accounts, and pay attention to how it's going to swing to where they're going to say you're being violated, or you're violating others for wanting to know something by law, by the Constitution you're supposed to know. There's supposed to be a public account of all money spent that are tax monies. It's not supposed to be secret, Elizabeth Warren. It's not supposed to be. She said we didn't have the right. Lord have mercy. But it's supposed to be complete public knowledge where every dime of taxpayer money is sent. And they've had some leniency with this for a while. And so, if you want to send it somewhere, then come up with a good argument, present it, and plead your case. Just don't expect you to, be able to pocket the billions and billions of dollars you've been pocketing for the last little bit, where things are about to change. And I think that's just responsible for the citizen base to stand up and say, no, things have got to change, because that's our money. We want to know where it's going. We want to approve where it's going, because you've not been spending it where we would want it to go. And we are the ones that's supposed to run this nation. And I can't believe people don't understand that. Yeah, that's what I said. We didn't have taxes until 1913. So how have they gotten so fundamentally foobarred in such a short amount of time? It's called greed. It's called greed. We didn't need taxes. They make plenty of money on their own. They have plenty of assets. This nation is one of the richest nation in every way in the world. And the citizens should not be doing this. And we shouldn't be doing it at all without complete public knowledge. So, but I think things are going to change. But just watch. Everyone will get absolutely bombarded in your feeds on every social media platform by people saying you're being violated because you asked to know something. Oh, excuse me, what? Or we're violating somebody else's privacy because we're wanting to know where money's going to. Like, we're all getting a list of addresses. Listen to the absolute BS whiny babies over the next couple months. It's going to be amazing. And you're going to hear some of the most ludicrous statements of trying to emotionally contort and twist and get people, all irritated. Don't let it work. Just sit there and go, well, taxpayers' money should have public releases of all finances spent. Somebody needs to send that to Elizabeth Warren. They need to print it out and send it to her. We all need to mail it to her and go, woman, you need to shut your mouth. Now, anything she says is normally bass backwards as I don't know what. I mean, good God almighty. She's about as useful as a G in lasagna. Honest to Pete. Oh, yeah. They let some cats out of the bag, didn't they? Yeah. And then they put Kash Patel off for, that. And I'm just sitting there going, would you stop? They're just trying to give somebody enough time to clean something up. I'm just like, come on, we know what's going on. You're trying to give somebody time to clean something up. So I don't know. Until, the citizens stand up and say, yeah, we have every right to know this, and we should be dictating what's going on because y'all are not doing a very good job. It's just, we're never going to have I'm hoping that things will change and this nation will kind of come back to plumb a little bit. I don't know how much it will occur, but I'm hoping, we could potentially clean this up for a long time if people will stop being led by the nose by stupidity and ignorance. But, if we open up just absolute, complete transparency toward the government, they're going to want transparency everywhere. I don't have a problem with that, but that's what a lot of Americans fear. Because there's been a lot of people do a lot of nasty, shady crap in this new little society they got going on where they can, approve any behavior because they think everybody's out for blood. Now they're going to realize, no, they're not. And you just approved a lot of behaviors in your mind that basically shows you're a psychopath. And we all know that you're not a very decent person now, and that's going to be splattered across the wall. They don't want that revealed. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you something that's going to hurt your feelings. We already know. The people that count already know. There will still be stupid people to follow you and to push your like button and to pump up your ego. Don't worry. We're always going to have a bunch of ignorant people mixed in. It's just the nature of the beast. Genetics. But the people that know this already know. It's just going to be a higher percentage will become aware. But don't worry, you will still have the small following of people that will do anything you want them to do. It's okay. You can still sell your pictures of your feet. It's okay. It's okay. You can still have your little only people account. It's okay. There's always going to be that in the world. It's okay. I just want there to be less of it and more genuine people. Amen, Annette. And wasn't it simple? Wasn't it much easier? This Common Core crap is not common, and it's not the core of anything except for evil. That's why my mother retired. She retired early. She was a teacher for like 27 years. She retired early because Common Core made her furious. Because she knew it was dumbing down the kids. She taught 5th grade. She taught 1 grade for 1 year, but she taught 5th grade every other year she was there. And she knew exactly what it was about. It was about dumbing down the children. And so she started pushing back against it. They all started pushing against her. And she was like, I'm out. I'm done. It's gone. And she retired early. Oh, I got a lot of mail.
That's yesterday.
Oh. I'm supposed to be getting, well, they're starting to get the scraggler packages to me now, but I still have stuff that's behind. I have one that never came in. They had to refund another one that I ordered with the refund, Temu, they've already had to refund me on it. Okay, start over, Elizabeth. They had to refund me on orders that didn't get here that I ordered in February or Thanksgiving. They didn't get here by February. They give me credit. I spent that credit. Now they've had to refund that because it's already been lost in the mail. And for people saying I can't pay $2.99 shipping on everything, do you know if most stores, if you go into a local warehouse store, if you spend more than $30, they'll give you free shipping, but you have to spend it in their store. So start looking for the stores that have the things that you are inclined to purchase. That way, if you're going to spend, $30, you can get free shipping. Don't be buying 1 or 2 things local warehouse. You're not going to get your money's worth. Save you money and wait till you can buy a large order. Find the stores that sell what you need and buy through there. But there's supposed to be a plant coming in. So even if local warehouse sends it separately, you only have to pay, if you do the $30, you don't have to pay shipping. Normally, they'll all have a deal, but it's around $30. So you won't have to pay it all. But even if they send it in multiple packages, they still will assume that shipping cost. So just read every store's details, message them, ask them. That's kind of, I told that to Erin on Hey Everybody last night because she was like, I can't pay $2.99 shipping for everything. And I said, no, honey. Normally, if you go into the local stores, if you spend over $30, they'll give you free shipping in their store. You just have to shop from their store. So it's still going to be like shopping from Temu for her because she spent hundreds in each order. So she doesn't need to worry about that. I don't know how people don't understand. They don't catch those things. Or maybe I'm just critical. I don't know. I look at the small print. The new math is, if you look at children trying to explain a simple addition problem now, and it takes them 10 years to explain it to you, while some kid in China or Asia has done, or some kid in India has done 15 problems, that's why they did that. That's why they did that. They are slowing down the computation of the human brain because they don't want us smarter. They want us stupid. We're easily controlled if we're stupid. We're easily controlled if we're stupid and emotional. And then throw in words like offended and marginalized and take it to the bank. It's stupid. It's really stupid. But that's why my mother quit early. So, but I'm supposed to have a plant. It's been floating around the whole United States. I don't even know if it's going to be able to be rooted. But I got a plant with that credit money, and it's not been here. And they've already had to give me the late fee and the refund me back. But then I saw it pop up on tracking again, and they said it got delivered. So David checked the mail. I hope it's in there, and I hope it's still alive. It was a cutting, so we have, possibilities. It's frustrating, though, this shipping game, and I don't have a problem with tariffs. I don't. That's fine. I just need it to be one way and not switch halfway through the game. That's all. But I need people that mail stuff like Amazon. Amazon has lost more packages to me than Temu until lately. And I have Amazon Prime, but it takes me 4 to 5 days to get everything. I never get anything in 2 days, ever. So maybe it's just a location for me. I'm being honest, but they said 2 days, and I never get it in 2 days. I never get it by the delivery date ever, even though I'm Prime. My daughter does. She'll get something immediately. What kind of plant was it? Crap! I ordered a couple, but this one was one that I wanted it. I can't remember if it was the Rose of Jericho or if it was the Lucky Money plant. I wanted both of them. I can't remember which one it is. But it popped back up. It shows delivered now, so it should be one of those that he brought in. But like I'm getting stuff that I ordered Thanksgiving 1st of December, that never showed up, that floated for 2.5 months. Some stuff's trickling in now. God knows where it's been. They had to refund me all those. They give me credit. I've ordered other stuff, and now they've had to refund or give me late deliveries on that because it's gone. It's zipped off the radar. And some part of me, even though I know everybody's got skin in this game, some parts of me have been like, are they not delivering on purpose so that there's a problem? You know, I'm just wondering. But up until this last little bit, Amazon was more likely to not get something to me than Temu. It's just switched slightly in the last few weeks. I don't know. I don't care who I have to buy from. I just don't like the rules being changed midair. So let's figure out these tariffs and figure out cost and solidify something, and we'll move on. I never get anything when I'm supposed to. I never. And I know I'm farther out than most people, but geez. I'm on my tangent still for a blue sunflower. I'm gonna find one this year. I'm gonna raise a blue sunflower. I swear, I've been trying now for like 3 summers. I'm gonna raise a blue sunflower. I'm getting blue sunflower seeds. They don't turn out blue, and I'm letting these farms know that was not a blue sunflower. I'm trying again this year. I'm gonna get a few different places, some heirloom quality seeds. I'm gonna get me a blue sunflower. I'm determined. Yeah, Annette, they just blip off the radar. And I'm like, well, whoever took that, enjoy it. Now, there had been a hair color that I had ordered that had been rolling for 9.5 weeks. Lost. They said, we can't find it. We don't know what happened. They give me my money back. It showed up, like 4 days ago? I don't know where the heck it's been. And I thought, well, I'm already red now. I just put it in the sink. I thought, eh. Well, I have got zinnias, cosmos. Of course, I've got my morning glories. I'm going to be doing the blue sunflowers. I'm going to try to put some mammoths out this year. And I'm going to try my darndest to get a clematis divine over Moses and Oscar's graves. I'm going to try. I never have had luck with those things, but I'm going to try. I'm wanting to get pink sunflowers too. The pink, the red velvet. I don't want the chocolates anymore. They were not pretty. I've ordered some other stuff. I want to grow some giant, was it giant alum, those big onion pom-poms? But I really want the blue sunflower and I want the pink sunflowers. I got me some bee balm. I've got these seeds put up, but I'm really on a tangent for blue sunflower. I'm going to get one eventually. I swear. Eventually. Okay, let me go put my bread in the oven, and then I'm going to motivate to the living room and get some other stuff done. Not having the best weekend. Y'all can tell from my eyes. I'm just not feeling the greatest, but it's the weather up and down. It's going to be cold tomorrow, colder, like by 30-something degrees. So just the weather up and down is creating havoc with my ears and my neuromuscular disorder. So, but we're going. So even if you're not feeling well, 2 really easy recipes that I showed you, go make them. Go make them. Go try them. You'll like them. It's easy. Yeah, a lot of people, they put chicory in everything. Margaret, they are. They're pretty too. They're very pretty. Oh, blue sunflowers are beautiful. They're so pretty. I don't have any luck with them. I think people just send out seeds thinking people won't notice, but I'm like, I know, you promised me a blue sunflower. I want one. So I'm going to keep trying. I may try to grow some odd things that I've never tried to grow before this year. Dad's got more of those big mineral tubs for me, so I don't have to get on the ground, so I can do stuff more easily. So I'm going to try to grow a few extra things that I haven't tried to grow before, that I've not had luck with before. I have more of a controlled environment now. I'm going to try. Okay, I'm going to shut up. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Look for pictures in the community post and update on when we're going to do the Sabrina Wallace interview. It will be coming this week, most likely. We're trying to solidify the day. Right now, we're going back and forth on Messenger talking about it. So keep an eye out for that. And otherwise, I think we're going to have a Trapper Dave episode I've held on to 1 day videos. So at least one short one, maybe a little bit longer. We'll see what he's got, if he took any more. But we've got some stuff coming down the pipeline. I sprinkle wildflowers everywhere. But I'm determined to get like specific plants this year that, and I'm adding to my herbs that I have growing in the yard too. So I'm adding some boneset and some comfrey to my yard this year. Do you know every time that I plant creeping phlox, do you know that it dies? And it just takes off. It dies. But we also have a very sandy soil here, so you have to really work at it. So that's probably what does it. Okay, I'm going to shut up. Y'all have a great rich weekend. Keep an eye on the community post, and I will see y'all when I get another tangent to do something. Bye, guys. That was truthful.